All right, we are back. G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. Man, tonight is that night. Ladies and gentlemen, fellas and girls, boys, whatever you want to call yourselves. Tonight's the night we go ahead and get it in, if you feel like it. The numbers on the screen, 951-799-9021. That is in case you ladies and gentlemen out there want to go ahead and let the other side know what's on your mind. Because tonight is women versus men. Five, what does that sound like tonight, man, when you hear women versus men? Is that, what can I say, gender baiting?
Man, a little bit. Sounds real intriguing. That's for sure.
Intriguing it is. It can only really be intriguing if we get some interaction for those listening out there and those that are really going through things or just have a great experience within their relationships and want to share how to survive in a relationship. Tonight's the night. Call in, and for those that know something that we don't know, please do chime in with us. We definitely want to get you guys involved, and we want to hear your side. We just don't want to talk to ourselves, you know. But definitely, you know, when you're talking about this subject, women versus men, kind of gets a little heavy. It kind of gets steep. It makes you look at yourself and say, damn, well, what about my relationship? What's going on within my own home? You know, and so this is the way that we're going to be able to relieve ourselves, do some own psychological therapy, if you should say, you know. So today, or I should say tonight, wherever you're at, West Coast, East Coast, those in the middle, and everywhere else in between, we are definitely here for you. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to G's Mystery Show. Again, this is Our World Revealed, and we definitely are going to try to have some fun tonight. At the same time, try to get some information out there and be as informative as possible. At the same time, we can hear from you guys. Keep the humor going, you know, because I know there's some stories out there that I definitely would like to hear. Five, have you ever heard a crazy story that goes on in a relationship?
Oh man, there's a few. It's like, where do I start? Oh man, phew.
It's hard.
They all over. I mean, man, right off bat, I mean, it's in your face almost every day. You know that Snickers commercial?
Can't recall. Go ahead. There's something.
Okay, there's a new Snickers commercial right now where a young black couple, the young lady sitting on the couch, and her dude walks in, and he says, "Hey, honey, what's wrong?" She turns around and stares at him and gives him a look, don't say nothing else, and say nothing, and turn back around. He stares at the back of her head and just walks out the room. That's the whole commercial.
That's the commercial?
That's the whole commercial.
Was it a happy couple, or was it just like, did he do some sucker shit and just say, you ain't getting the Snickers from me?
Nah, he just walked in, saw her sitting on the couch, gazing out the window, said, "Honey, what's wrong?" She turned over, looked at him.
Let me ask you this. What color was the couple, if you don't mind me asking?
They were black.
They were black?
Yeah, it's a black couple. Snickers commercial.
This is
Brand new.
Snickers.
2021.
Ouch. Uh-oh. So let me ask you this, Five. When was the first time that you realized you was attracted to a woman?
Who? Oh man, I was probably about 12.
12? That's kind of.
You mean as far as girlfriend?
As far as attracted, as far as when you said, I think about her when I'm getting ready to go to bed type of situation.
You know, that was puppy love stuff. But you mean on some grown shit?
No, I mean when you were a child. When
12.
did you realize that you were attracted to the opposite sex?
Yeah, I say between 10 and 12.
10 and 12. Okay. I mean, and within those times, were you involved with any?
Oh yeah. I was a young, electrifying man in the streets and neighborhoods.
Now, are we hyping that, or are we really saying
really,
you was really out here doing the do? Was you fendling, or was you actually swimming like a whale?
Oh no, I wasn't. Nah, I wasn't doing none of that. I was just old school dating. You know, holding hands.
Gotcha.
You know, buying her candy, shit like that.
Gotcha. What was the feeling that came out that made you say, I know that I'm attracted to this other being over there that's different than me? What gave you that notion that you wanted to go out and grab that?
I don't know, man. Just I don't know, hormones, man. It's just young, man. Doing what guys do, watching my other partners in the hood. You know, uh, my boy Jarrell Lamont. Uh, Dwight. You know,
Are you calling out
T. You
names,
know what
son?
I'm
You got
saying?
them out here
East
like
Side of Riders.
they had you in the bushes humping on the little ladies in there.
Yeah, played high go get it. Yeah, I was one of those.
So I was gonna ask you, what was the number one game when you was a child that you
Uh,
played, and I guess you just answered it.
I was one of them.
What was the other one?
Charles. We did the ding dong ditches too, but as far as the ladies, and then they would hide somewhere where where they were at, so it wasn't that hard.
Got you, got you. So let me ask you this, man: is there a movie that you watched when you were a child that made you kind of get into that fantasy land of romance, that made you see some type of, I think I want to go pick a flower and hand this over to this lady?
Ooh, not off the top of my head, no. I can't say it wasn't no romance and no snow,
No,
nothing like that, nah.
nothing as a child. No, My Girl. No, none of that.
Nah.
No, man.
I can't, man,
So you wasn't lovey-dovey as a child, nothing that said, man, I got a crush. Like when I was growing up in school, and I am going to call out this name because it doesn't really mean much, but it definitely was like a shocker. And my other boy, who I'm going to mention, he definitely knows about this because he's still here. And I had a crush on this young lady back when I was in maybe, I want to say 5th, 6th grade. Her name was Elizabeth at Alondra Middle School. And I used to send her grams. She never knew who was sending her all of these grams. You ever used to send grams at school?
Oh, yeah.
And you sign your name and it's like a sucker or something that come with it. So I used to send this young lady some grams, and she never knew. But then somehow, my boy Terry Haley, yeah, Terry, I got to call you out on this one. You know what I mean? He ended up with her. And I used to say, damn, I was the one sending her all the grams. And and he ended up with her, and then I used to look like, damn, he was the basketball player, he was the star, he had the Jerry curl that was popping.
Not the curl.
He had the curl, man, but it was the S curl. In Cali we wore the S curl, you know what I mean, or we had the curly top, where we thought we was fly. And he was a little dark, little chocolate little nigga, you know what I mean, and he had the ladies on him, and he definitely won over a lady that I definitely realized that I had this crush, this inner burning desire to want her to be mine, for her to notice me. But I realized she never even noticed me. It's like the Temptation song, it was just my imagination. You know what I mean? I used to think that when she was smiling at me. But she's probably was smiling at the teacher, saying something to somebody else that she was talking to.
You had it bad.
Oh man, I used to have a fantasy crush on this young lady, but nothing ever expired out of it. And I think I tried to talk to her one time, and she just kind of just blew it off as if I was just a nobody back then. You know what I mean? Which I get. You know what I mean? Because that's just how it is when you're in your school years. When you see me, I watched a lot of TV back when I was younger. Because it gave me a sense of feelings and time marks. I was in that warm feeling of space, that just watching stuff and getting that memory to where I can now look back and say, damn, shit ain't like this, or shit is like this, the way it ain't no more. That's my viewpoint. And so when it comes to the ladies, I definitely know that everything that we do as men, it's almost like we do for the desire of a woman.
One form or another, yeah, I would agree.
Without getting around it.
Yeah.
Whether it's our clothes, the way we want to dress, you may think you're getting fly for you, but you're really getting fly to make sure that the ladies is gonna like what you see. You don't want to go out there looking like a bum, right?
Yeah. It's vice versa too.
Oh, it's definitely vice versa. But here's the thing where it doesn't work for the ladies. See, the ladies don't understand that when they put on makeup and they get dressed, they're getting dressed for themselves and their girlfriends and those other girls who are in competition with them.
Yeah.
Because men, we don't give a fuck how they're looking. If a woman is naturally beautiful, now let me just clarify that. Naturally beautiful. If you're Grace Jones, and Grace Jones, you were cool in your style and effort and beauty. Trust me, because I'm
Stop
centric. You know what I
lying,
mean. But
Grace
it's just
Jones
because you're
ugly
African.
than a
Don't.
motherfucker. Stop lying,
Hey,
nigga.
I mean, listen, man. That's his
It's
words.
ugly than a motherfucker.
That's his words. But she was, I mean, she had
No
some.
disrespect, Grace.
Let me say, Grace. Grace, you had some beautiful cheekbones. They stood out, and your height was amazing. Now, if you could take those compliments and run with it, I got you, because you were amazing. But as far as like naturally beautiful, or being naturally, just being naturally, just apple of somebody's eye, with that burning desire. That right there is we do everything for that, for the opposite sex. Now women don't. Women try to look good and do things to keep up with other women, because when they put up makeup or they're trying to fix their faces, they're fixing their faces up for other women, because the man is not really looking at them like that. Am I wrong or right, Five, or is it just me?
No, I would agree.
I
I would agree to that.
It's almost like, man,
No argument.
we're looking at the natural beauty of the woman, and then we're just looking at the shape of the woman, and then how she feels, of course. When we're inside, hope the kids are away from the phones, but hey, anyhow, that's how we feel. And so a lot of things that they're doing in competition for other women, and a lot of things we're doing for the over assumption of other women. So it's like, what we do for women and more women, and what they do for women, because they think that men care and we don't. A woman can walk outside in sweats and man is going to be right there on him. A man can walk out in sweats, and unless he got on some gray sweats and got a schlong, and he actually is handsome, and he got some money, and his car is better than Michael. You said a white dude?
I said I do.
Oh, I'm not a girl, but again, I'm going to ask you, you talking about the gray sweatpants with the swipe, or you talking about something else?
All that.
Okay. You know what I mean? I don't even look that low, but I ain't never even seen it, my G. But hey, if you ladies out there, y'all come across Five, the most electrifying man in streets and neighborhoods, you heard what he said. Gray sweat. You wearing gray sweats or red sweats?
Right now, red.
Oh, you in red. Okay, so whenever do you put on the gray sweats?
Oh, shit, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, this nigga look it.
I'm sorry. Those who know.
Already. Hey, keep that swipe over there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Godzilla or Donkey Kong? Just out the
More like King Kong.
Godzilla. Yeah, this guy is a fool. Nah, that's my G right there. That's what's up.
Shall call in.
Yeah, I want everybody to call in, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? If you're out there and you're listening and you really have something to say and you have something to tune in, like I said, man, now is the time. Right now, we're just fluffing and just kind of getting this intro going, because we definitely want to set the tone for what the conversation can spark into, because there's a lot of things when it comes into a relationship, and how you value your relationship, and what even makes you attracted to another person.
What make us do the things that we do?
Yes. What made you guys connect? Why did you guys come together? Why did you guys get into the part where there is no more passion? Then why did you guys decide to break up or go separate ways? There's a lot to discuss tonight, and there's a lot of points that can be made, and there's a lot of things that we all can get out of this to resolve this type of topic. So I'm going to ask you this, Five.
Okay.
Who was your childhood crush?
Ooh, man. Childhood crush? Ooh, I don't know if I say her name over the air. Elementary wise? You mean from the beginning?
Hey, your childhood crush.
Man.
You know what I mean? Nothing that, no, I ain't no incrimination as an adult. I'm talking about childhood crush.
Well,
you know what I mean? She
mean,
may look ugly now,
it's
but
all, you know what I'm saying, in the past, so even now, niggas don't have crushes as grown men, I don't think, unless it's celebrity bullshit. But, oh man, elementary wise, Rashida Green.
Rashida Green.
Oh man, I remember that distinctly.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny. I used to have a little romance with a young lady named Rashida. What was her last name? Washington, something like that. Back in my high school years. You said Rashida, I'm like, oh, but you was in the CPT. I was in the LBC, so.
Yeah, it was on the east side.
Okay.
You know, you know,
You know, I was on the east side too.
Redbone. Oh man, for a whole summer I had a crush on her. Just man, unbelievable. Just pretty
Redbone.
young thing.
Let me let me ask you, because you said Redbone, and I know a lot of people are out there listening. So when they hear Redbone, what's a Redbone? Describe that.
Oh man, for my I guess for my other listeners, light skin.
Is Redbone light skin? Because light skin can come in many shades. I've
Well, I
seen
mean,
brown
that's just
light.
what we.
I've
Yeah.
seen like white light, and then I've actually seen red
Yeah,
bone.
bright light. But yeah, red bone though.
So a red bone, does that make it better than a dark bone?
No, I mean, when it comes down to it, no. But it's all different preferences out there. So you know.
Got you. For some reason, most of the women I've ever been with are actually dark bones. It seems like I'm attracted to dark bones.
Dark skinned women.
Yes, ma'am. Or did I call you ma'am? Yes, sir. We out here in Cali in the West Coast, we don't say no homo. We don't do none of that. You know what I mean? No offense to the East Coast and those that say that. We just do what we do because we grown ass men. You know what I mean? But anyhow, well, that is the intro of that, and nobody called in. I want these lines to pop. You guys are out there, to my people out there that is in the streaming world, as far as not just the YouTube, but those that are in that Apple, iTunes, Spotify, now even on SoundCloud. Also, yes, I got some music up on SoundCloud, so if you guys are in there or logged on, go ahead, check me out. Got some stuff. As a matter of fact, before we go into this break, why don't I go ahead and let them see or hear a little sample of what's to come, especially off that sweet, bitter blues, poetry, and rap album. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fires, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fire, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Spitting facts, that's all I know. Striking matches, fire flows. Fucking life, so I lie to hoes. I'm a rolling stone nigga, yeah I know. Old nigga from the 90s with an OG soul. Listening to rap like where did I go? Back on the scene with a hand of bow flow. Foot on the gas pedal pressing to the flow. Before this new era, nigga, I was the GOAT. Jihad is the god, niggas know that name. I'm a reaper to this rap shit, fuck all the fame. When money turns to bullshit, I lock lows and aim. I clap back, nigga, yeah I play with guns. My right hand up, I swear I'm the one. Smoking bubble paper, I'm the holy son. The god of this rap shit has just begun. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fires, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fire, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fires, screeching tires. One way, wrong lane, you turn or you learn. The get back is oh well. 240s, big shells, 9 lives, meet hell. It's the good bad guy with no ties, no lies. My life for your life, or this knife for your mic. You dislike cause I'm 5 mics and I sound like not one of you. And I do everything that you could do with pain in these bars. I got scars for you. So-called beef with a you know who. I'm fucking up the party like I always do. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fires, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers, sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers burning fires, screeching tires. I'm flying high and I ain't even trying, like striking lightning. Sweet bitter blues is crouching tigers. Michael Myers.
Yes. Hope all of you out there tuning in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed, is having a great time out there, and definitely are in here just listening, vibing. Also, those that's popping up in the chat, go ahead, get it popping. You know, let's talk about something. What's on your mind when it comes to women versus man? Five.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind when you hear women versus man?
Oh man, opposites attract.
That was perfect.
I mean, it's hard to fully understand a woman, especially when women don't even understand themselves sometimes.
Ouch! Yeah, that cut right there. I want you to hold that thought, because at this time, it's about that.
G's News.
And this is G's News. All right. Up first in G's News, since we're at it, Five, you're going to go ahead and sit in with me on this one, especially.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear some of your take on G's News, especially this week, because this sounds like it can use some of your input. First up, we have Johnson & Johnson, who was endorsed by the FDA with hands down 22-0 vote of approval in regards to the zombie apocalypse vaccine, and is currently in the process to becoming our nation's third vaccination company to be approved. And the FDA, get this, they says the benefits outweigh the risk for adults 18 and older. So the risk, really, they're saying, the kids really ain't, but for the adults, and the benefits outweigh the risk. Do you believe that, or do you feel safe hearing that?
Yeah, the benefits out. Yeah.
So you agree?
Yeah, because without taking it, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the shit, nigga, you dying. I mean.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, now that's a good topic, and I don't want to stay too long on this, but now
they got approved for emergency.
You're absolutely right.
Production.
Okay, so now I gotta ask you. You are for it, right?
Yeah, actually, I took my COVID-19 test today.
I took a COVID test, but are you gonna take the COVID vaccination?
Yeah, if it's available to me, yeah.
So you are one who would take that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, I wouldn't take that COVID vaccination.
I would, because, man, that shit is real. I mean, relatives, family members that was affected by that shit.
Got you. So let me ask you this. So now if you take it and you still come up with COVID, what does that mean? Was it worth taking that shot?
Yeah, because, well, I ain't gonna come up with it right off bat. If I catch it, it's probably gonna be later on down the line.
So again, what would be the purpose of taking it if you still can catch
the shot
it?
Again.
See, now let me say this to you now. For my girl, she's actually had COVID, right? And she recovered. So I would have to ask, what would be the purpose of her taking a COVID vaccination shot if her body has already shown the capabilities of fighting it off naturally, and her antibodies are now already built up in her body, her system is ready to go? Why would then...
That's a person who had it and survived it. I mean, I ain't had it.
Okay. So what is that telling your body then? So what is that telling your body?
But that don't mean I can't get it.
No, so you're going to allow them to inject you with it, is what I'm getting to.
It's a vaccine. It's not an antidote.
So what would be the purpose?
An antidote is part of the, you know what I'm saying?
So then you are accepting to be a part of the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
All right. So then let's go ahead and move on. All right. That was it. Yeah, So what? Before I go on with that, Johnson & Johnson is the third company. Yeah. They got other companies now. So now you have to decide on what company vaccination shot you're willing to go with. See, if there's 3 producers, that means there's 3 different versions and types.
See, the thing about the Johnson & Johnson, though, it's a one-shot dose. And it can be stored in a normal refrigerator. Doesn't have to be some high tech shit, and you don't have to come back 2 weeks later to take another shot. So, and it's and they voted 29-0, hands
Yeah,
down.
hands down.
And normally, in that environment, it's always
Somebody
1,
says
2,
something.
3
yeah.
people that, you know what I'm saying,
So
vote hands down.
So does that almost seem like there's an agenda being pushed? I mean, I don't know. That kind of seems a little bit fishy to me.
I mean,
But
you got over 500,000 motherfuckers already gone. I mean, it should be an agenda. It should be on somebody's to-do list. I mean, we as a nation. You help your neighbor. I mean,
Yeah.
you will look out for me. So, on a mass scale like that, yeah. You know, that's the reason why we in the situation we in now, because people want to play and lollygag around and say it was a hoax, and
it's not so much that it's a hoax, but it almost seems like something is more than what meets the eyes, and it almost appears that they're definitely doing a hocus pocus on the public, a form of social engineering that we've never seen before. And again, I think we spent too much time on this topic, but at the same time, this is definitely a heavily
we'll come back to it.
News report that definitely needs to be discussed, because if my own boy out here right now saying he'll take that shot, and I got to convince this guy not to take this damn shot.
Hey, I'm all ears. But, yeah.
Ooh-wee. Man, oh man. Anyhow, up next. Now, I'm not sure if this is the news or if this is the return of the living dead. AI techs have now created a tool that will allow you to bring your dead relatives back to life.
What?
This guy almost choked on the damn blunt.
God.
Actually, would.
Whoa.
But they definitely came out with a new AI tool where they definitely can come up with ways of recreating your dead loved ones in the photos that you send them, and they'll bring them back to life.
Oh, like in a hologram form?
Not in a hologram form, in the actual, like, what do you call those? Yeah, on the computer or your platform, whatever you're watching it on, and they'll be there, and they'll be moving and doing all of that digital shit that they do now with all the high tech.
Wow.
And the company
Give somebody nightmares.
Man, the company is called Deep Nostalgia, and it's a tool by Genealogy, a firm which is My Heritage. Those are the ones that do the genealogy company. So they're definitely into all of this recreation, DNA, and out of this world, space, total recall type technology, to where they're playing with. But anyhow, to where they take still photos and turn them into lively videos, which now adds more to a global debate that's going on, what you were just kind of saying, about deep fake technologies. So that also includes holograms, to where holograms are actually part of this too, to where they can manipulate the public, where people can be deceived and believe these things to be real. And so a lot of people are now becoming alarmed, and then some people are for it. Most of the youth is for it, but a lot of us older people are like alarmed because we kind of see the signs and what's to come. The youth are kind of being born into the system to where they're welcoming a lot of things that's happening, so they're being more used to or normalizing what's going on, so it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
Man, I don't know if I can handle that.
You wouldn't bring back none of your loved ones?
No, man.
Not just one? No? Not one? Yeah. All right. Guess not.
I'll be having too many nightmares.
Too many nightmares. All right. Up next, your favorite character, Obama. Obama.
That's my president.
That's his president, which comes up in G's News. Former President Obama said earlier this week that the case for reparations for Black Americans is justified. Oh, really? February, he's saying this. Black History Month, Obama, first black president, saying him. Okay, I get why he's saying this. All right, but then he later backed up his statement by saying politics of white resistance and resentment, among other issues, made the prospect of pursuing the issue during his presidency a non-starter. Now, that's your president, right? So I have to ask you, Mr. Obama, why wait till afterwards to say all of that instead of acting on it when you were in office and you had the power to?
He had control of the Senate. He didn't have. Was the presidency. He didn't have the House or the Senate. See, a lot of shit that he preached on and pushed on was turned away at the door. It didn't even make it to Mitch's desk.
Okay.
Man.
So
and now, why it'd be a perfect time to pitch it out there, because the Democrats control the Senate, the House, and the presidency.
Okay. So he did all of that and tried all of that and failed on his attempts to do that, but he was able to get gay rights, homosexuality passed legally to where now that's what he's known for, but not a fight for reparations. And he was the first so-called black president.
Just like the first situation, it's a no-brainer, and with the rights thing, it's also a no-brainer. But you got peoples on both sides of the aisle that can relate. Everybody know or got a gay cousin. I don't care where you at or who you are.
That's a fact. I got a few.
Or lesbian or whatever. But so yeah.
So
that's why.
Is it more of them?
They got the right. But they got the right not to be called a fag, just like I got the right not to be called a nigger.
But what's wrong with being called a nigger when I'm just only being real.
Somebody using it in a negative form and
however,
disrespecting form.
However,
what do you mean?
And you have the right to punch him in the face if you want to. There's laws against it, but anybody can say anything. It's up to the person to either hold will or act upon. But you have the right to say whatever, and anybody that acts upon it, that's their will. So either they have the will to restrain.
I don't have the right to pass judgment, though.
But
I don't have the right to belittle them.
What's belittling them, because where you come from, well, not all, but most and a lot come from the continent over there, what they now call Africa. So it definitely, if you look at it from that west region in Niger or nigger, the term that they're using is basically what you probably were really called, because you've been stripped from your language and don't know why that they're really saying nigger, because they was probably really saying nigger, what you were, and that's their language and how it became to be. But again, I mean, anything's possible.
We didn't teach them to call us that.
I didn't say we taught them anything. I'm telling
you
that.
They didn't get that from us. That's what they used from us. Come on, man.
So let me say this then.
Come on, man. You know better than that.
I know better that there's a country over there called Niger. Okay,
Nigeria?
No, Niger. There's a country called Nigeria, and then there's a country right over Nigeria called Niger. Niger. Nigger. So when you say the word nigger, I mean, is it really a bad thing? And I think it's just kind of how you take it, how you've been raised to perceive it, and so you take it in the. Of
course, but you know damn well if you got some of those, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers that was down there on June 6th in front of the Capitol calling you a nigga, you know, it ain't a term of endearment.
It didn't matter. It didn't even bother me. I
know. I'm saying if one of them were calling you that.
No, I mean, period. I think I've only snapped one time because I was in the courtroom, and
being called that.
Yeah,
in the courtroom.
You want to hear the story? We got time for that? Yeah, real quick story, man. Let me tell you the story real quick. This is truth. You know, I don't do the God thing, but to the all, who has power over all, this is real to my word. I was in the court fighting this case with my girl not a long time ago, you know what I mean, mother of my child, and I was in the courtroom, and he tried to pull her out to talk to her by herself. And I'm like, what the going on here? This is about me. And I mean, everybody, but this is man about me. Let me go out here and talk to him. When I walked over there to him, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. He said to me, "Why don't you get the fuck away from me, you little nigger? I'm talking to her." In my mind, I've never been called that. So, and I was a lot younger, and the willpower was a lot different, and my brain process couldn't process what he was really saying to me. And there's people in the hallway, you know what I mean? There's cops right there, and I'm just thinking like, what did he just say to me? Like, he literally just said this to me in front of everybody, and nobody said nothing. And I'm thinking, and I had to just question again. I said, "Hey, what'd you say?" And he said, "Little nigger." He didn't say nigger. He said, "Little nigger, why don't you get the fuck away while I talk to her?" And and I just couldn't believe it, bro. And I'm saying, is this nigga really talking to me? You know what I mean? He was about like 6'4", big lawyer type nigga. You know what I mean? Big attorney nigga or some shit. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. You know what I mean? But he said, "Little nigger, why don't you get the fuck away from me while I talk to her?" And he said it twice. He didn't say it once. He said it twice. And when he said it twice, I just started snapping. You know what I mean? Pushed my girl out the way, and I was going to him, and I was like, "What would you say?" He was like, "Back up, nigga." And when he was right there, because the cops was right there. Like I said, nobody did anything until I reacted, and then they grabbed me, took my ass up out of the court. You know what I mean? Took my case and put it all the way to the back of the case. So they made her sit up there till like the end of it. I forgot what time, like 3 o'clock or some shit. We was there at 8. You know what I mean? And lost the case. You know what I mean? Lost the case. You know, and they saw it in their favor. And so shit was just crazy. But that was willpower. You know what I mean? I lost my will because he was using it in a derogatory way that he was taught to use it to get under your skin. But if it doesn't get under your skin, then it just doesn't bother you. And we've been trained to allow it to get under our skin when we shouldn't. It's about willpower. But anyhow, the Obama and to the Obamas, more power to you. You know,
Okay.
That's your boy. You know, I'm not too much of a Obama fan. If he talking,
he's solid.
He solid.
He's solid.
Well, he talking about reparations
I
and
said that about there's a few politicians that's actually solid.
Solid. You know, there's a lot of rumors that go on when it comes to a lot of these politicians and all of this other stuff. And I know we're in G's News, so this is a great time to get another one of my new songs. Rumors. It's a lot of shit being said. Who's talking to you? I ain't lying. Nah. I ain't lying. These are just rumors, man. Just rumors.
I ain't lying, somebody told me Obama really like trans. I'm just saying that probably means Michelle is a man. Well, oh damn, politically debating is really a scam. I went ham when I saw Hillary Clinton eating her head. WikiLeaks, don't slip, I'm just moving ahead. This shit's deep, wouldn't surprise me if I ended up dead. Like Gaddafi, I only heard it was about that bread. I'm just saying, here in the States, we only scared of the Fed. But overseas, American agency, IA is the plan. Just know and confess to the world and they say is the man. I ain't playing, this is the type of shit that swirls in my head. Just like the open portal with CERN, yep, that's what I said. Are these rumors, or is this all in my head? Everybody loves to spread rumor.
Hey, did you hear that? Nah. Man, the conscious community. Man,
Everybody loves to spread rumors. I know somebody who told me a rumor. When I think about it, I'm not sure it's a rumor. Flat earth this, flat earth that. Have you ever really took a look at a flat earth map? You see, the world don't spin. Try to stand on the ball. I'm not talking about the top. Try the bottom, you fall. Evolve from flat to a ball. It's a mystery, y'all. Trying to recall. Have you ever seen a monkey evolved or a metaphysical solve? Maybe it's gravity, y'all. Preventing drips for us all. Telepathically talking to reptilians, hearing about all the damn Nephilims that fall. I guess by now you heavily thinking that I'm really involved with a conspiracy blog. Just trying to rap with my dogs. Allegedly speaking, I'm just talking my shit in this song like Black Lives. So I hear it never mattered at all. Antifa banging politicians, they just jabber their jaws when they be passing these laws. I need a round of applause. It's not a where I have to tell you, you've been mentally bald.
When the military forces everybody to get the COVID vaccination. Hey, I'm just saying. These are just rumors. Allegedly. What it do, Foz?
What's happening?
Hey, man. Tonight we are definitely here on G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed, to talk about the subject. Women versus man.
Let's get back at it.
Let's get into it. But before we get into it, I definitely have to get into.
And it's time for Call It Like It Is. Are you ready to play?
5. Are you ready to play? Call it like it is.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Have you ever played Call It Like It Is?
Nah,
Yeah, first time?
first time.
Even from the years back, never got you on the
Never
play-
did.
Uh-oh.
Never did.
You know how it is then, right?
Yeah.
You know it's off the top, no thinking about it. Just say what it really is, because the
Yeah.
audience and everybody else is tuned in, listening, and then gonna see just what you're talking about out here. All right. So up first, let me ask you, what's your favorite place to have sex?
Bedroom.
Bedroom.
Yeah.
Kind of dope. Okay, but hey, that's
bedroom.
yeah.
That's the shower. Everything is in the bedroom.
All right. I heard that. So I got you. I'm reading you. All right, now let me ask you this: what's the longest you can go without having sex with your partner before you go elsewhere? 1 week, 6 months, whenever he or she is ready, or fuck it. Whatever you talking about, I'm just gonna do me. How long?
Well, we talking at what point in time in life, or talking about right now?
Well, we'll go both scenarios, because this is a learning and a teaching lesson at the
Man,
same time.
You know, the younger me, you know, man, 6 months
6 months.
at the.
You was
know.
able to go 6 months without stepping out on your girl before before she gave in, or you just couldn't take it no more.
You know, needs, man, young needs.
So that's long. You actually did pretty good though. 6 months is a long time to go.
Yeah, man. Especially you ain't married, just that puppy love shit, playing house.
Got you. That's what's up. So playing the house thing. Got you. That's
I mean, before then, that too. You know, high school shit. So, younger than that, probably, man, right out the door.
right out the door, huh? That's what's up. So, what about in your later stages?
Oh man.
Or what we talking about now?
Yeah, you gotta wait on her. Yeah, you gotta wait on wife. If you grown, you know, in the real world, you got ups and downs, and being in the doghouse is being in the doghouse, and you know, when you're on that couch, you just on that couch.
You're on the couch. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. When you're on that couch, you're on that couch. Lotion, whatever lotion you got. I could tell you guys what's the best lotion, but I'm not. It's my secret. You know what I mean? But you're definitely on that couch, and you definitely be sitting there just really thinking like a little boy, you know what I mean, on what can you do or what you've done, you know what I mean, to get back off that couch and get back in that room. You know? That's the magnetism of women and men in a relationship. But now, this is Call It Like It Is.
Okay.
Estimating 5. How many times can you say in the last 2 weeks have you and your partner been intimate?
Oh man. Oh wow.
Hey,
gonna put me on blast.
hey, this is call it like it is, my G. This is what it is. You happen to just be the one person I'm here.
well.
If a caller would have called in, I would have got them. But you're right here, nobody to talk to. There you go.
Shit, haven't.
2 weeks. Got you. There we go. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I'll just say this. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see a pretty woman?
Just, a compliment. She's pretty, all right. She's attractive.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see a pretty woman? Okay.
No, I mean,
No, we'll stick with that.
okay.
How about an ugly woman?
Just the opposite. She, you know, keep it to myself, but she ugly.
Got you.
Yeah.
Nothing else good. All right, let me ask you this. How about when you see a gay male?
Oh man, you know, to each his own, but man, you got an identity crisis.
Yeah, okay. Give me your top 5 baddest females right now.
Always, you know, Janet, of course, Miss Jackson.
Janet?
Always, man, you know, they keep it on
Janet?
100.
I said right now, yo. Janet look like her face is falling.
You crazy.
Come on, man. I'm
Crazy,
talking
Janet.
about right now. Dog.
Well, right now, let's see.
Janet look like a fucking Sharpay.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow, you wrong.
I'm just being honest.
You wrong.
Yeah.
But you gotta go with Queen B, Beyonce, Amber Rose.
If Amber Rose wasn't such a thought, she would be so damn perfect.
What she is.
You know what I mean? But she's a
And
thought.
you gotta go with Meg.
Who?
Gotta throw Megan Thee Stallion
Megan?
in there. I think I gotta say it right now. Man, nah, she bad. She a big bitch.
She
But,
cool. She
But
cool.
you know, I'm just saying right now. So, Taraji, Taraji, she's on my list.
You can't be serious.
Man,
Did you say Taraji?
Yeah, man, I always liked her.
Taraji P?
Yeah, man, she's good.
I love her acting, yo.
Yeah,
I love her
she
acting,
good.
but man, we don't call it like it is, and
Yeah.
you know,
Y'all can see I'm being honest.
you being honest. You don't want me to be honest. Cause Taraji P look like the gum on the bottom of my shoe. You know what I mean? But hey, it's all good, yo. Like I said, man, I don't care if you light skinned, you can get it too. Who else? You got one more?
One more? Oh. Riri, Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't see it. The only thing that's pretty on
You want
Rihanna,
me to pull up?
the only thing that's pretty on Rihanna is her attitude. Her face does not even doesn't even top the top 10. Doesn't even break the
Just
top
playing
10.
Good cop, bad cop right now.
I'm just being real, yo. Like, if they want to say I am the good bad guy, you know what I mean. And if I'm being devil's advocate, you hear I didn't say nothing about Beyonce when you said Beyonce. I agree. I think that she's beautiful, whether she's wearing a wig or not, whether she's getting a little chunky or whether she's slim. I think that she's a naturally beautiful woman.
Bro.
Yeah, she's a naturally beautiful woman, whether she's light or dark skinned. She's just
Like
naturally
that.
beautiful.
And
But when you say Rihanna though, I don't see it.
honorable mention, you know, I gotta throw Shell in there.
I heard that. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's how you.
I gotta do that.
That's how you give that bonus. You know what I mean in there, because that's what it's about. Because you could be with somebody, and they may not like, to you. They're the one that you settle down with. They're the one that your heart is with. To them or to you, they're the world. But everybody has to be honest. There's somebody out there that does look better than you. There is somebody out there that's more in shape, brighter, more money, well off than you. And so when you settle down with that person, you better believe and hope that it is for the right reasons, which it should be, because nobody's going to really just settle down with a person when they can always be with somebody else. So when you're settling down because that's the person you choose. But we forget about that.
Right.
we lose all focus off of that once we get into the relationships, because now we're in a relationship and we're just going about it, and we become brothers and sisters with your partner, to where you're watching this and I'm gonna go into the next room and watch that. Oh, we got our food, but I'm going over here and I'm going over there. Oh, you're going to sleep and I'm still all the way up. You're trying to sleep with me, I'm parting ways. That's woman and man. And that's what we're here to talk about today, because that's what's going on in a lot of households. And not just in a lot of households, there's a very slim few that are actually out there thriving and making it. And if anybody out there is in one of those, now's the time to call in. The number's on the screen, 951-799-9021, because we do want to hear from you. And maybe you can settle this and give all of us some therapy on how to work and thrive inside of a relationship that you really want to be in. Because most of the time we really want to be, but our macho-ness puts us out. Our pride takes over and we end up putting our boot in our ass, or even in our mouth if it can reach that high. You know what I mean? So it's something that needs to be settled. And I remember the saying is never let your girl go to mad. Never let your girl go to sleep mad. Correct?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what happens when she doesn't allow you to accomplish that?
Yeah, I just got wind of that probably about 3 years ago. That came across my radar.
Mm-hmm.
And being in a long-term relationship, man, you learn a lot of things along the way. I mean, early on, you probably don't pay attention to. It depends on, what type of environment you come from or be around.
Let me ask you this: what's the point of a relationship? Like, what's the point?
What's the point? I think the point is, a lot of people don't want to be alone, want to, have a companionship. At the end of the day, I think that's the point, that's the goal, to find somebody to actually be compatible with, to do things that you like together. That's the end all be all goal, is together.
Together. So it definitely is to be together, and I guess that is a good take. And so to piggyback off of what you were elaborating to, when I look at a relationship and why the purpose of being with somebody, it's definitely to complete the body. For it almost appears that the woman is like the backbone and the man is the head naturally. And with those two joining together, they become a body. And without the two working together, the body doesn't operate correctly. It doesn't move. And when you're just a man by yourself, you're in a lonely place. And when you're a woman by yourself, you're in a lonely place. And when they come together and they're equally yoked, in that way, that body does come together. And I see how it forms. But then what happens when that body begins to break down? And now it's no longer walking forward. It's now walking backwards and laying down when the other is trying to go up. And then it begins to stumble. And
well, I think a lot of that has to do with environment and stereotypes and low-key brainwashing. I mean, people see it on TV and hear it in records all day long. The stereotype, like the angry black female, and white women are submissive, and Chinese women are submissive.
But are they?
To a certain extent. You got a lot of white bitches out there that talk shit too.
I know they're gonna say why they gotta be bitches. Why they gotta be bitches?
Just saying, Nigga.
I'm
It's American.
I'm only asking.
It's American.
For them.
I'm just from hood. I mean that in a good way.
Gotcha. There you go. You explained it. All right.
But yeah, it's a product environment, dog, and we all play into it. To a certain extent, without even realizing it.
Yeah. I think that's a good segment to where, why don't we go ahead and see some analytics on why all of this really happens. I mean, what is this relationship about? Let's get into this. Now, as humans, we are designed to interact with the opposite sex. Yes. And in doing so, more so often, we fall in love, then fall out of love, which can create a bitter enemy or a best friend for life. But you wouldn't be alone, because about 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States end up in divorce. Reports also show from 2008 to 2018 the divorce rates have declined. The experts say it's due to the millennials making their mutual vows stick, increasing their chances to make it through the first decade of marriage. But is it really due to the millennials really living up to the ideals of white picket fences, love, and loyalty? Or could it be the numbers actually hiding the facts? That divorce is down probably due because of the marriage rates have declined. Maybe. Or if we just throw away the numbers and go off of pure speculation, especially from my observation, it does appear to me more couples are just shacking up and living the married life without actually stamping on the marriage seal. So now I have to ask the real question: is this healthy? Does it work? And if you are a religious soul out there, is this okay? Never mind. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me ask you, Five. Is there a role specific inside a household?
A role that's specific?
Yes.
Knowing what I know now, I would say no.
So let me go in further. Do you agree or disagree with the 50-50 rule, or 100% all male is supposed to do everything?
That was a different time.
Which time?
The man's supposed to do everything. Everything's a stereotype.
Let me ask you, why would you say it's a different time? What changed in your mind?
Just the world. At the time when a man was doing everything because a woman couldn't. She wasn't allowed to.
Good.
People,
great points.
People need to
great points.
Need to understand and do your history. Do your history.
Great point.
That was a so-called woman's place. Was in the kitchen. And barefoot and pregnant.
And it's not like that anymore, is it?
And no. I mean, that was done with really, if you ask me, with disrespect. Because they wasn't allowed to bloom, to be creative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
While at the same time, man expecting her to be the backbone.
Gotcha.
so,
And she damn sure was.
Yeah.
But you want to know what happened out of that? What it produced? It produced big mamas. It produced grandmoms. You see, we don't have grandmoms anymore. They don't exist. Your grandmother is probably 30, 35. That's a grandma now. 40s. You know what I mean? Because babies is having babies. And so that paradigm definitely produced a certain type of overseer, which was the grandma, or AKA Big Mama. But like he said, it was a different time. The roles have definitely flipped to where women are definitely in power.
Yeah.
They definitely hold a bigger range of the workforce.
Yeah.
the actual graduation percentages from schools, and definitely if you look into the so-called black communities, it's the woman who has more of the monetary value.
She has the opportunity.
The facts, and the male definitely.
The homies back home ain't. Well, now, now they getting jobs or whatever. But 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, with no jobs for the brothers, all the girls were going to work. So
Most definitely. So let me ask you, if you're on a date, and the meal was like $200, and the bill comes, and most of the time, matter of fact, all the time, the waiter is going to hand you the bill and fold it over to where you can't see it and slide it to you. So when you see that, and you only got $150, maybe you got $200, but once you pay it all, you're done. Do you pay it all, or do you ask her to chip in?
No. It depends. Well, now it depends on who took who, but that first date, that's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on me.
Let me throw in a sidebar. What if it's you only got that $200, you don't have enough for a tip, and she says no tip? And what do you say then? You ask her, say, you tip, motherfucker.
Nah, if it is what it is, man, that's what what you got. That's what you got.
Facts. And the reason why I ask is because a woman won't see the fact that you just spent $200 on the meal, but she'll see that you didn't tip or you didn't do this or that, and because she's looking for specific points, and that could be one of the reasons why she think that you're broke. A woman will say you're broke because you didn't have enough to tip, not knowing your situation. But then again, you have to ask ourselves as men, then are we in a situation to really be able to handle even having a woman?
Well, at the same time, it depends on what type of woman she is too.
So then that goes to the standards of what we want out of it. Then that goes to our standards. Then.
Yeah.
So then do we lower our standards, or do we reach higher, or do we go for what we are?
I think you reach higher and mental wise, because you got your women out there with what they on the agendas, what they this motherfuckers out there that be reaching.
Got you.
And you know what I'm saying this, and then you got women out there that definitely meet you halfway, and you know what I'm saying, is already at that level. Was like, if she peep it, and probably throw 2 ones down there real quick.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like, and let's roll.
Let me ask you then: is it acceptable for a man to be the homemaker and the woman to be the breadwinner in the home?
In this day and age, yeah. Because it's still a team thing. If it's, yeah.
So, is that probably the situation on what's going on with a lot of the mood swings and breakups, where it's almost like it's just so much confusion going on in the world to where women don't realize they have all the power right now. They always had power, but they have all the power. And because they have all the power, they don't realize that they kind of belittle the man when the man don't have all the opportunities to do everything that a woman has, just from her being a woman naturally, and from just being the woman the way in the black community.
Attitude, being human, you gonna at some point you gonna belittle him at some point.
If that woman makes more than you. But when the man makes more than the woman, then it's almost like it goes back into that old-fashioned role to where a woman doesn't kind of overstep herself. But once a woman makes more than the man, then she kind of encompasses so much power. It's almost like she becomes Darth Vader, you know, like
Becomes the worst enemy.
yeah, because she inherited too much power and don't know how to control it. Forgets about the love and becomes more into the business side of things.
Oh,
And so
true.
and so
Because in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, everybody, well, the woman's agenda is to have a man that's into her and at the house, maintaining whatever needs to be done at the house, and
yeah, that's true.
and
That's true.
helping with everything else. So
Let me ask you.
when they get that, regardless of the situation of her being the breadwinner, at the end of the day, you still have that. But just because you're the breadwinner, you know, that don't make you, well, that don't give you the right to just, you know, come home and just shit on a motherfucker.
But it come a point to where the man has to take some accountability for his own actions and find some way to either step it up, produce,
Yeah, of
or
course.
or
Of
or
course.
hold on, or back out because he can't feed the need and desire of that woman.
Of course. I mean, that's his only two options. Is either, of course, he gonna step up, or he gonna break down and run. That's the easy part. The easy part is to say, oh, I can't take this shit no more. Oh man, shit. She coming in tripping. I'm out. That's easy.
Gotcha. So the hard part is sticking around.
Yeah, stepping up and improving your shit and being an asset to the situation.
Gotcha. So then, let me ask you then. During this corona, oh shit, did I say that? Let's scratch that. Zombie apocalypse.
Oh man, nobody no damn zombie.
The zombie apocalypse.
Strike.
Already, man. Hey, man, oh man. The zombie apocalypse, which is going on. How much of an impact does that have on relationships? Would you say?
Well, due to the statistics, man. Last year when the Rona first kicked off, all the way to this year, you had more breakups in U.S. history or some shit like that. You know.
I could imagine why. Because you had to deal with your mate. Now you had to be face to face with the person that you settled down with. And now a lot of people have come to realize that they really don't know the person that they've been with the whole time, because now you actually had to sit down and have a conversation with that person. You actually had to sit 24 hours with this person. Most of the time people are at work, spending more of their time on the workforce than they are at home. So you are more comfortable and more interactive with your workmates than you are when you come home, because you're only at home for a short amount of time, and when you're at home you're only up for a little seconds, because the other part of it is your sleep. So then you wake up and you do it again. So the system has already taken you away from the reality of just being a natural production of life. And so now you're just waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, and then you've gotten together with the opposite, well, same, but sex. And you definitely have now put yourself in a situation to where most people probably really ain't ready or prepared for, or not at the level to even handle those situations. So this is what this is all about. Like, we have to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, when it comes to man versus women, what is it that we see in the other person? And when we see the other person, why are we with them? Because when we are actually with them, we have to actually interact. And when we interact, that's when we're going to see what is really going on.
Yeah.
You know, and so what happens when you're really into that person, your interactions, because the COVID have shown, like you said, the statistics have shown that this is out of the roof when it comes to the separation rate. And yeah, I've already shown in the video that the statistics show, though, that a decline has happened in divorce rates, where they're saying that, you know what, there's not a lot of divorce happening at this time. And they're in their mind, off the math, they're thinking, or have this reason to believe, that it's because people are staying married. But That's not the case. The case is most people are just not getting married. Most people are just staying together and just living in the same house and shackled up and going about their daily lives. And so there is no divorces to be reported because people aren't getting married, because the younger generations are just living their lives. It's in the new age wave to where they don't see the same values and views, because the paradigm that we were in, when you saw your mom cooking and your dad at work, and then the paradigm that we are in to where the woman is in charge and living the life and driving the best of cars, and she's not even a rapper. And then you see the next generation, it's going to be a whole new wave. It's going to be to where pretty much, I hate to say it, the metrosexual and the homosexual is going to have everything, which they already kind of have undercover. And this is not a bash on them or anything or anybody into those alphabets, but definitely they're going to be the next level. See, at first it was the man. The man was in charge, but the man was too patriarch with it. And then now it's the woman again coming back to her rise as matriarch, but somehow this new arc, whatever you want to call it, because they're going to keep adding other alphabets to it, so it's just the arc, the alternative arc, because the arc is the all, but they're the alternative arc, and their structure is now becoming that structure to where now they're in charge, and now the woman is down here, now the man is down here. And so it's almost like the relationships that are interacting in those relationships are going to be the ones that's thriving, happy, because happy does mean gay, and they're going to be the ones that's actually thriving and living the best of lives, while those that are in what they used to call a normal style of relationship are kind of have to go through a lot of hardship based on the roles that our social engineering system has pretty much placed upon us, of how we interact with each other. Because your woman ain't going to see you as the man until you're making more than her, which the system kind of has taken away from that kind of happening. And then the woman is going to have to go to a job to where she's making money, but then realize that her boss is a homosexual and calls all the shots and lives a flamboyant life. And so the respect level is definitely not going to be the same when she comes back and looks at you. It's a weird offset of lights going on here that is changing the balance and the way the wave of the future is going to go. So that's where we're heading at. Who we got in here? Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, we got in here. Yeah, so yeah, if y'all guys got something to say, go ahead and call in, man. You guys got some problem with your girls, and you want to talk about it. You got the solution on how to keep everything right. Especially the romance, because I have this saying is that once the candle is done, the passion is gone. You can't relight the candle anymore. So you have to find a way to keep that candle lit, because once that candle is all the way sizzled out, you just have to buy a new candle. So there has to be some form of fashion that you have to be able to relight that candle up, spark it, get it back on fire again before it sizzles out, because once it's done and it doesn't come back. You have to find new wax. That's just how it goes. So you definitely don't want to let it fizzle all the way out. So while there's still a whatever you call that thing that sticks out the candle, and it can be lit, you definitely want to keep it lit while you can, because you only get one candle, and you can keep lighting as many times until it's done. But when it's done, it's done. So I want to have the answer. Somebody out there give me some clue. I can give you something, but I'm pretty sure you guys out there know better than me, because I'm the intelligent dummy. Others call me the good bad guy. Others know me as G, a.k.a. Jihad. And right alongside me is the good bad guy. Well, no, I'm the good bad guy. You see, that's my alternative personalities. You know what I mean? Just talking to me. That's why I be spitting so good, because y'all didn't know that I be invoking those motherfucking spirits out there. They be coming in me. But I'm sitting right next to the most electrifying man in streets and neighborhoods, the one and only 5 Deezy. And man, we're definitely here trying to hold a conversation to where this is kind of deep and it's kind of almost therapeutic because, you know what I mean, I get to see things and I get to hear myself and I realize, you know what I mean, that even me, you know what I mean, I know enough to say I know, but the one thing I don't know is how to be a woman. And I'll never know how to be a woman. Only thing that I can do is experience the time spent with a woman and the mistakes that I've endured with a woman and try to do better than what I've done before. Because a woman will teach you when you're with her on her likes and dislikes. And that's why I say sometimes we have to realize as men if we are even able to handle that woman, because that woman really might be a good woman, but we just may not be able to provide for that woman. And so we are just not man enough for that woman. Because I know that there's times to where men have always heard a woman when they get into them say, you're not even a man or you're a boy, and they're demeaning you, you see. And so sometimes we have to realize that maybe we are not man enough for that woman. And if we are, if we really want to be with them, we definitely have to be what they want us to be, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, everything that is done in this world is done for a woman unless you like the other thing. And if you like the other thing, then you're just doing it. But those that have a natural desire for the opposite sex, then we definitely do everything for a woman, no matter what it is. And so the objective is how to maintain that connection with that one who you see more than any other thing in the world, that one who, it can be somebody of our crushes, the ones who we think is the baddest women, but we don't want to be there. We want to be here.
Right.
And we have to somehow get them to realize that too, because in a woman's eyes, they can throw they can force field off a lot of things, but once they believe the grass is greener on the other side, they're more likely to jump. Yeah, because another man has touched their mental space. We're more, or not their mental space, their feelings, touched their feelings. We are more thoughtful, mental. So we like to think about who's doing this to her, how he's done it better than you. How did he make you feel? Oh, he made you laugh? Oh, where'd y'all go? How long was y'all here? He fucked you how many times? You know, we like to know everything. A woman is more feelings. How I feel. So a person,
emotional.
Exactly. A person can tickle those emotions and change a woman's mood. And when that happens, it's definitely almost a lost feeling, because it's hard to get that back. And so when we're dealing with these type of things, we definitely got to realize that if we're settling down with that person, then that's the person that we done blocked off and put that force field up for all the others that was out there that was trying to get in. But for some reason, we chose this person to be with. This person to actually settle down, sleep with, sleep out, sleep in, sleep out, argue, cook, for the most part, procreate, have babies, and do a lot of other things. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves so comfortable with this person to where, again, we become brothers and sisters rather than man friend and woman friend. Because, yeah, we could just say lovers, because I don't like to use the word boyfriend, especially for adults, because when you're over the age of 21, you're no longer a boy. So you can't really have a girlfriend. You got to have a woman friend, or a woman, or like he said, a lover. But then if you say lover, in my eyes, that's like subliminal for undercover. You know what I mean? Because the person says partner, as in saying, hey, man, that's my partner, because they don't want to use the gender. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyhow, that's just how I think, man. You guys can see, man, I'm definitely into the mysteries. You guys call them conspiracies, but I'm only into solving the conspiracy, which leads it to a mystery until it's unsolved. Anyhow, let me ask you this, Five, man. When is a relationship over?
Come, a long term, short term.
Period. When is a relationship over with? You would say.
Be over when two come to a mutual understanding that they not it for each other.
Hmm.
It can be over in all kind of ways.
I mean, there's no. Is cheating enough for it to be over with?
It could be. It depends on what the situation is. Someone could have been mad, made a dumbass, like a motherfucker coming from the heart with it. You know, it is what it is. But it take a lot to admit that you're wrong.
Gotcha. That's true. That's definitely true. And I mean, that almost sounds like that's the antidote right there when it comes down to it, to really look within and swallow your pride, lose the ego.
Yeah, and when a male and a female is ready to do that to their partner, yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, it's easy to turn away and walk away. It's easy, you know. But if you didn't put in the time and the work, it should be worth it.
Facts. That's deep. That's definitely deep.
Real shit.
No, that's definitely. I mean, you gave the antidote right there. The antidote is to basically apologize. Admit, especially if you're in the wrong. Because if that person is truly into you, they'll feel that.
Yeah, it's easy to point fingers and be mad at someone. You know, you be mad at them all day, but you don't step up to the plate and admit your faults and you wrong. Man, all you're gonna do is just take it to wherever you go next.
Facts. That's facts. And
it might be worse.
Facts. Like, I definitely wanted to have a lot of fun within this conversation, but since this almost feels like it's therapy, move the phone away from the microphone for me. It's definitely feels like it's therapy, so it sounds like a little bit more euphoric than going back and forth, women versus men, in which I kind of wanted to get some of our differences out at the same time. Talk about these little points that we're actually going over right now, because this is part of the therapeutic part, but I definitely wanted to have fun with it. And because one of the things that I used to say to a woman, which is like, my women, I really don't have that problem now, but I used to always wonder, why do they trip off us for wanting to have the toilet seat up?
Yeah, you can put it down just like I can put it up.
Facts. I never got that. I never got that.
But when you get in a long-term relationship, it really don't matter that much. I think at first.
What about when they fall into the motherfucking?
I got told a lot to leave it down, but then last few years, she didn't trip on it as much.
Have you ever had her fall into the toilet bowl?
I don't think so.
Now, see, that's why I get why women want us to leave it down, because women.
Hey, I'm like my boy Martin, man. You look, then you sit.
Facts. That's a fact. Because
you look, then you sit.
But women don't even check their oil, so they're not even going to check to see if the toilet bowl is down or not. They're just going to pull their pants down and plop right on the fucking toilet bowl. That's the difference. Same thing with, like, one of my pet peeves that I wish that there was a woman out there that would call in, and I would want to know, how do you like your toilet paper when it's on the roll? Do you like it up, or do you like it down, to where you like to pull the roll from underneath? Because I hate when the toilet paper is up and I have to pull it from the top part. I like pulling it from under.
Are you serious, bro?
I'm dead ass. I can't do that over the shit, man. I pull that motherfucker off and then I put it back on.
All I do if I try to pull it from the bottom, nigga just hit it and roll.
Nah, see, you got it all backwards, bro. The bottom, you just touch the bottom, let it roll like this. Wait, where is it at? Y'all see this? For those that do it, you just tuck it, and it just pulls down, and you just you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, But I know women, a lot of women, they like to have it on the top, pulled over.
I ain't never met no one that ever tripped on
No?
the toilet roll.
Oh man, I must think too much, man.
Yeah,
It's all in
you
my
got
head.
a lot of time on your hands,
Oh,
bro.
I got a lot of shit going on in my head. That's what that is. You know what I mean? But definitely, let's go ahead and take a break before we get ready to get out of here and pay some bills.
Looking to replenish the body, boost up your immune system. Ladies, soothing up that beautiful skin. Fellas, ease those unwanted bowel movements, or we just get up in age and become elders. And our joints don't want to act right? Log on to Black Spatula, LLC.com. Yes, that's BlackSpatula.com, providing that purple and sea moss gold, gel or in raw form, straight from the Jamaican waters, to help stand strong in this fight against the heavyweight champ, coronavirus, and that June bug flu. And you can pick up those organic, homemade elderberries to help relieve nasal congestion, anti-inflammatory, potent anti-cancer, antiviral, treats respiratory illness, aid in wound care, high in vitamin A, B, C, and potassium, and natural support for arthritis. And if you hit them with that G code, man, Black Spatula just might get you 20% off total purchase. Now, go follow Black Spatula on social media.
Man, I hope y'all out there going to get that sea moss gold and that purple sea moss over there at Black Spatula. It's out there. It actually works. You might not like the taste, but you're definitely going to like the benefits and the rewards of it afterwards. I got a bottle, you know what I mean? Definitely customer. So you guys want to definitely go ahead, because you can't get none of mine, because mine is almost gone. And that last spoon is for me. So go get you guys some of that sea moss gold over there at Black Spatula. You know, and if you guys are smoking right now, I know it's at the end of that wood, that Philly, if you guys in that East Coast, and those Swissers over there in Cali. I know it's at the end of that little blunt time. So we're going to get ready to go ahead and sign off in a little bit. 5, before we get out of here, you want to leave them with any way to contact you or where they can find you?
Shit, just holler at me at Facebook.
Facebook,
You know what I'm saying?
OGFB.
Yeah.
Where the feds
I keep
is
it
running
simple,
wild.
Man. Yeah, I stay low key. Not too many platforms out there.
So you don't
You know what I'm
do the Snapchat, the Instagram,
Nah,
the TikTok. You're not TikTok dancing out there?
nah, bro.
No, I
Nah,
can't.
I got a snap though. You know what I'm saying? 5DZ. Yeah, I'm on there.
Okay, what? So you're not out there TikToking? You know what I mean, doing your
Nah,
dance?
dog.
No,
Nah, stay out the way. It ain't for me.
I heard that. That's what's up. And you guys out there, if you guys want to go ahead support the show, G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed, you guys can go ahead, cash at me at $ capital LYNK capital N. You guys that's trying to get on the show, either for an interview or you're an artist, comedian, even if you do country music, I don't care, whatever you do. And even if you can't even sing, but you think that you got some talent, go ahead, send it in. But it all has to be your material, authentically yours. And if it's yours, go ahead, send it in. We'll review it, and we'll go ahead and review it. Also, we need you guys to go over there and subscribe to the new platform as well, The Critics, where we will be reviewing all of the albums and all of the videos that are submitted. And so we're going to go ahead and start getting that to jump over there. And also look for me on G's News, that I will go ahead and break into the real journalistic platform out here and give you guys some real G's News. And, just try to make my waves out here, because it's hard trying to make your way through these YouTube streets. It's a lot of things going on out here, man. And a lot of other people got other people's attention, and they're talking about nothing. But that's how it is. So for all of those that's rocking with me, stay tuned. G's Mystery Show definitely is here for you, me, and those aliens out there. 5, we're going to sign off.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, there we go with that again. Man, oh man. Cali is a motherfucker. You know?
West, y'all.
Ouch. See y'all later, man. Tune in.